Welcome to Factorio Train Megabase. My name is Nilaus, and this is episode 29 of our Let's Play campaign. And here we are again. As always, we start from the overlook here, from the overview, maybe even, and just zoom in and figure out where the issues are. So I'm going to, from now on, be basically a slave to my dashboard. Actually, we've been that for quite a while, but I'm going to be more conscious about it. Basically, now we're again running out of blue circuits, blue science, damn it, circuit science, blue science. And the reason why we're doing that is because of engines. I had foreseen that, so our objective now, here we go, there was a engine delivery. We are going to go to our engine factory and have a look at that. But first, I am going to add some solar panels, because let's look at our power. Power is currently doing really well, but I also know that it will get in trouble at some point, or when we have the entire base operational, it's gonna get in trouble. So let's put in some solar panels just to start it. I have sort of prepared it in advance, like any good, I don't know, TV chef would do. Place these in ahead of time so that we can just stamp them down, and we are sure that they will not get any of those nasty issues with a lack of what's it called? Where the roboports lose power before the substations are placed, and therefore the substations suddenly are not placeable because they are outside of the area. Now, this is pretty much like the last bit we can solar power easily within the confines of the base. And we're approaching, with this thing, I would say we're probably approaching about 100,000. Let's look at our inventory here. We have 9,000 and 6,700. So it's all looking good. And please don't run me over. I need to find my way. The further out we go, the safer it gets. How's this one? I mean, I guess it is the way it is. Actually, that one could be ever so slightly better. But then I'll go out on that side. This is just a mess, but who cares? There, and now we go out to the engines. That's the electric. Oh, it's right up here. All right, so engines will be needed for two things, and two things only. It'll be needed for, how I just absolutely do not like seeing those blue assemblers anywhere. Now it'll be used for a couple of things. It'll be used for engines. Electric engines. Electric engines are only used for robot frames. But the thing is, if we look at this, every craft of yellow science requires one flying robot frames, or 1/3 of a robot frame, because it's actually outputting 3. So plus the productivity. So in order for us, let's just do some kind of just basic math. If I'm to produce 22.5 utility science per second, that's kind of our benchmark, then it's not actually a lot of robot frames we need. So first we divide it by 3 because every craft gives 3. Then we divide by the productivity, 1.4. And that means this is how many flying robot frames we need per second to generate 22.5. And the answer is 5.4. Now if we divide it by 1.4, then we get the number of electric engines. And if we divide again by 1.4, then we get the number of engines, because there's a 1-to-1-to-1. So that productivity just really ramps up by this one. And that gives us a total result of about 2.8 per second. So what we should keep in mind is that even though we might need a lot of these, we don't really need a lot of these to... Why is this one so bad? Alright, this is a kind of a good case of why you need splitters or need balancers. Yeah, so although we do need a lot of this should be focused on how many we need for the blue science. The blue science is pretty simple. The blue science is producing 2 every 24 seconds. That's actually... So we take 22.5 and divide it by first the productivity, 1.4, and divide it by 2 because I get 2 science. Then that's how many. Let's open the question menu. I'm just going off my head. So then we need to know how many how many engines go into each craft here, and that's 2. So we are ending up at about 16 per second. So in total, if we can scale towards, let's say 20 per second, then we should be all good. Now this one's going to be a weird one. 22 per second, 22 per second, let me think. I'm going to have... See, I can only get 2 inbounds. And then I'm missing the outbound. And the way this works is there are actually 4 items at even, or there are 3 items, but one of them is 2 of them. So basically this has to be 1 full belt of pipes, 1 full belt, or 1 combined belt of steel and iron gears. That's also pretty straightforward. This just means that we are not making any outbounds, and it means it is yet again, for I don't know how many time, to do the loathed belt weaving here. Yeah, and again, this belt weaving can be mixed, because if I only output on a half of a red belt, then I'm only going to get 15, and I need 20 per second. Now let's get the usual beacons here. A lot of these builds will be somewhat similar, to say the least. There. All right. And this one has to go to that one, yeah. And again, this is always 5.5, just checking to make sure that we are consistent. And the crafting speed is 10. Okay, so now we say this one is producing 1.4 every 10 seconds. And then crafting speed 5.5. Now we get the number, this is 0.77, so each machine is producing 0.77 engine per second. And if I was to say I want 20 divided by 0.77, then I get a total of 26 assemblers. That's okay. 2 times 13 or 1 times 26. I think 2 times 13, then we can reuse some of those. Yeah, 2 times 13. Okay, so let's make a list like this that is 13 long. 13 every output. That's actually even better, because that means we don't need to do any belt weaving here or any inputs and outputs, because the... Yeah. Okay, let's cut these 2. I also doubt that I'm going to keep up with 1 belt here, but let's think this through when we get there. Let's have this one idle a bit. And yeah, this is going to be the unit. Oh, we want something for the unit, and that is going to be a little light bulb. So let's have this one casually empty. I probably should have done this a while ago. This one though, as nice as it is and all, it just doesn't scale to what we need. Oops. Too early to kill that. Let's see, how far are we down here? We are doing an okay location. That one. Yeah, just working a little hearts out. I just do that and that. Yeah, go beacons. Make it go away faster. I can also just pick it up, right? I can just pick it up. But I like this way of doing it. Why are they so slow? And okay, we're down here. Everything up here is taken out. So let me just casually remove all of this. Yeah. I know that as soon as I... Yeah. Let's remove all of this. Might as well just start cleaning up. And this is now only a couple left working. So we can keep more of this and more of this. And that's going to be the end of it. Just taking small bunches, so it's going to be my robots and oops. Take that out. So let's go back and use this part here, because this is a good indicator of where things should be. I take these two out. And I'm going to take this. So 13 we say, then I don't need to make it as squeezed like that. Let's take this. And do we agree on the direction? Not really. That one has to go up. Yes. And this one is also inbound. Yeah. Okay. That one should be tileable. That's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and the elusive 13. Yeah. Got that one. And I also want it over here. That's looking really nice, I think. Now, we need to... Alright, so let's see. This is a 13. So I need to balance this out and figure out how many I need. If I got 26 of these operational, and they are producing... they're working at... It takes 10 seconds for one craft, but they're working at speed 5.5. That means this one is producing... Oh yeah, okay. So this one is consuming 14.3 of every item that is sort of like 14.3 steel, 14.3 iron gears, and then double the amount of pipes. Pipes are bad because pipe cannot be moduled. Yeah, moduled, yeah. So at this one, this is going to be the easy one. This one is going to be speed 3. We did that, and that was we'll just do it again just to make sure. This one increased 2.8 per second. Multiply crafting speed of 3. That means 4.6. So this one can produce all the iron gears that is needed here. That's good. Now let's do one. This one will not have any productivity because you can't productivity this. Unfortunate, but such it is. That means it's slightly faster but doesn't have productivity. It's 3.75. So each one is producing 2 per second times 3.75. That means this is producing 7.5. And that means, again, luckily, actually, I need... That actually works. Interesting. And surprising also. And each one of these is just 1 iron, so that just needs 1 inserter. This one's 2. And now the question is, how much iron are we using? Because that's kind of important. We'll take that one, that one. That should be just fine. I can even put the same light structure in. Good. Now, how much is this? This one is... It's only 14.5, so if I do 14.3 iron gears I need, then I divide by the productivity. That's 10.2, and then I multiply by 2 because I need 2 iron for each gear, and then I add the 24. So this is now 20.4, and in each one of these I have to divide 13. No, 14.3, so I add 14.3 plus 14.3, and that gives me a lovely number called 49 point nothing. 49 is, as we all know, more than a single belt. So we are going to have to do something about that by draining 2 belts in. But that's okay. What we have done here... Whoa, hold on. This is more than one belt for one line. Can that really be so? No, it can't be. That's not correct. Yeah, if I went 14, then that's obviously going to be 10, and then multiplied by 2, that's 20. Plus 14, plus 14. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great, actually. That's actually quite miserable. Ugh. What if we scale this towards consuming a full blue belt instead? Would that be better? Just saying, this is going to have a full blue belt. And then we craft as much as we can from a full blue belt. Now, how would we do that? That would be like... The ratio here is constant. This will take 2 of these for one of those. And one of those requires 2 iron gears. So 1 iron gear requires 2 iron. That's going to be really awkward, right? Yeah, I'm just... maybe I should have been doing some math beforehand. But I like doing this... yeah, this surprised me, the fact that I need more than a full belt of iron to support half of what I need. Because I can take 2 belts of iron in, but I can't take more than 2 belts. That seems unreasonable. So let's figure out how much 1 craft of that plus 2 crafts of that, how much that's going to be. That's going to be 2 divided by 1.4 plus 2. That's 3.4. So I take 45 divided by 3. Somehow this one says that it can support it. I got a result of 13. Oh, right, this one can output 13. 13 of this plus double 13 of that can be output. Now, how many would I need? How many would that feed? That would feed times 1.4 because of productivity. Let's see. I'm kind of getting lost here. I'm pretty sure we are. The answer is 12. It feels right, doesn't it? Is that inventory full? There. Okay. And this one... Oh, this is actually not correct. This one will have to go on a full belt by itself. That one and... For unknown reasons, I want to do this. There. This should be close to the belt I needed. And this one will go into that one. Then for this, I'll put 2 of those because otherwise it just has a tendency to be weird. And that one will be steel. That's actually steel already. Nice. And this one, and you know what? All of this has to be moved up just a bit. Yes. Because this one has to go up here. Because I need more. I need this one. Mirrored. Ah, I really needed mirrored, didn't I? Yes, I did. But I can't do that. And then I need this one. That could be mirrored, but it's going to be... Yeah. And I'm going to get my iron lane in on this side. I'm gonna build it exactly the same. Now it does have want to cross for some reason. Here. And that will go. I'll take that in here. And I'll take these two. How did that one just decide not to do the same way? This one obviously has to be split in two. This one on this belt, and this one. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good, actually. And that means I'm gonna get my iron. Let's say iron goes over here. How close is this? It's the closest one. Unfortunate. The whole thing should have been slided over just a little bit. Because that one doesn't seem nice. Can I take it on the inside? Yes, I can. Then I will. Maybe this feels better. Oh, I like this. Now let's just make sure that it actually works. 2 in. 1 in, 1 in. 2 out. 2 out. And a light there. Yep. There. And there. Yes. Okay. Steel should probably just be a full lane. Got it. And iron should not be like this at all. It should be coming in on a 2x2, which means this one should be definitely having more. I'll go that to 24. These are okay, and they will be like this. Take all of this out. We do a 2x2 bouncer. By 2 lane bouncer. That is up. That is also incorrect. And I'm gonna kill these two. Just making sure that everything is ready. I don't know why. I don't know why, but somehow I feel this is important. Yeah, put right ways there. This one. Okay, so this now needs to go to split. One has to go in. So they're not like this. Like that. And the other one has to go down. Close though. No, it's right on top of that one. Why? There. All right, I think I'm ready to fire it up and see if it works. This one, though, should probably be balanced, right? Yes. All right, let's fire it up. Make it awesome in the first try. Let's see. There's always something I forget, but let's give it a shot. Wow, how's this one not keeping up anymore? Oh, it's because it's so low. So low. 8,000? What are you do? What are you at? This one should want more. No, it's -9. Now it's -4. Now it should want 1. And then it got stuck. These are just working feverishly to fill up the belts. Looking good. Do we get anything outbound? Yeah, we're getting stuff outbound. We got it. We got something. This one is just a single belt though. Well, this one's picking up unevenly. This one is picking up unevenly. At the end of the day, I think it's going to be fine. We will, of course, need to upgrade the electric engines as well. Do we have... Yes, this one is saturated. This one is saturated. Should I... Have I maybe underestimated something here? How am I not having this? Oh, I've run out. I should get 50 of these. That sucks. Looking good. I don't see any flaws here. I'm consuming. I'm just not consuming as much as I would have expected to consume. And they are saturating. I definitely made some calculation errors here and there. But that's okay. I mean, as long as it's in this way, then that's actually fine. You're getting a decent amount. Alright. And we even got the first train coming in here, just filling up. And by the time, what's interesting here is that when it departs, how much do we have? Because that indicates, okay, so we have 500 by the time it departs. That's interesting, because that means it's actually... Yeah, the next one will come in really quickly after that. Well, actually not really. But this one should be filling up, and it is. It does seem kind of wasteful to have a double-sided belt when you really only needed a single-sided belt. Which kind of implies that we could have done that thing, and it would have been just as well. And this one is not necessary. There's no point in doing this if it's not a full belt. And you can see the result here. Like half of one belt goes over and none of the other belt goes over. Do I have an awful lot of these? Yeah, I do, but that's okay. Can I put this in here? Yeah. I put that one in there. Great. Now this one is stuck. And that's because it will always consume the outer belt here. Because that goes faster into this. Cool. That means this is stuck. All that's being produced is going upwards. And we have not really the next one, but getting there. Okay. Right. I'm going to be wrapping this one up. That engine build did work on me. But we do have now 20 per second being built. And that should certainly keep up with the blue signs and they're still flowing. Let's we started out with looking at this. We had 79 at the start. Now we have 87. So let's just, for sake of argument, 87 times 60. That gives us 5.2 gigawatts of power. That's okay. That's a pretty decent amount. And they are still continuing, just filling in the blanks, you could say. But all of this is done. 87. That one did not get filled out. That's a shame. Should have done that. That's 1,000. Is it 600 for each, I think? There. How much? Yeah, 600 something. So that's... And there we go, another one. This is good. Let's go back to look at our hub. Now this one is not crashing anymore. This one is not crashing anymore, but they will take a bit of time to catch up. And then the next challenge will be this awfulness that's called purple science. Ugh, I hate purple science. It's the worst one because it cannot be productivity modules with all the rails needed. Anyway, thank you for joining. Hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, stay effective.